Welcome to Find Your Clear Vision, a personal branding and mindset podcast. I'm your host, Lisa Guillot. I help high-performing leaders like you reignite the connection to your highest self and design your life and brand from the inside out. I'm a blend of bright colors and deep conversations, tarot cards and strategy decks, bluegrass and Tribe Called Quest. If you're looking to bring your fullest expression to your life, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. Hi, friend. So honored that you are here to spend your precious time with me today. And I am not going to disappoint. This episode is literally the secret to my success. And here's why. I'm going to share with you 7 key non-negotiables for me that are actually small baby steps that help me create an energy plan. Now, what do I mean by an energy plan? We have got marketing plans, strategic plans, plans to go out with friends, plans for our financial success in the future. But what about when it comes to creating, maintaining, growing, and expanding your energy? I bet you probably haven't thought about a plan to do that. Oftentimes we think about how to create our physical well-being. We go to the gym, we work out, choose to walk versus taking the elevator, for example. But what about when we start to move forward in our career or launch into a bigger phase in our business or our leadership, and we recognize, you know what? I still only have these 24 hours in my day. How do I expand my capacity to be with more so I can show up in a bigger, more vibrant way? And so I have got so many ideas on how to create an energy plan and how to budget your energy. Today, I'm just going to really top level 7 super simple ideas that you can implement literally starting right after this podcast is done. I can talk about energy until the cows come home. And I recognize that is a very Midwestern thing to say. Oh my goodness. But if you want to dive deeper into what it means for a visionary leader or a person with a really big, clear vision and how they need to expand and generate their energy, I have got a couple other podcast episodes that you should dive into. Episode 39 is about budgeting your energy, as well as episode 38. In episode 38, I deep dive in how to pop your creative energy using the map of consciousness. So that one's really fun. And throughout the podcast, you guys are going to recognize that I have interviewed many leaders in the intuitive realm, light workers, quantum clairvoyance. Every one of those people deals with energy. And we can approach energy from many different levels. Today, I'm just going to help you create what I call my 7 non-negotiables that are super easy ways that you can start to elevate and pop your energy on the ground level. So let's dive in. This idea actually was inspired by an artist named Toni Jones. I love, love, love her music. She has an album called I See Me Mantras. You can find her on Spotify. This album was released in 2020. And there are 2 songs in here that I have on repeat. One is, not surprisingly, called Energy Budget. And the second one is called What's Your Verse? Now, you must go listen to those and also like them and put them on repeat. So the song, What's Your Verse? I actually went in and I wrote down every single lyric that she shared in this song. And I broke down how to create an energy budget using each one of her lines from this song. And I shared it with my Clear Vision U program. And we created an energy budget using her affirmations and the prompts that she uses in this song. It was amazing. I had a worksheet for it. We dove in and looked at every single detail on how to elevate and affirm and accept your whole human experience. That's one of the lines from her song, What's Your Verse? I see and accept my whole human experience. So how do you do that? Especially when you're having a day, when the world seems upside down, it's crashing and burning, you're about to crash and burn. How do you see and accept your whole human experience? Part 1, you need to remember who you are. You are a vibrant soul who is worthy of rest, rejuvenation, and replenishing your energy. Then we need to know how to release that negative energy that no longer serves us. I think I could do an entire podcast episode just on the daily releasing techniques that I do. And you're going to need to remind me to do that. But today, again, ground level, let's create our energy budget, our future energy plan, so we can start to begin to see and accept our whole human experience. One of the lines in her song, What's My Verse? She says she finds her rhythm, and her rhythm guides me to foods that keep me lit in my body, soul, and mind. Now, I love that idea. What is your rhythm? What is your rhythm throughout your day? We live in a 24-hour cycle where we go to sleep, we wake up, we maybe have a cup of coffee and breakfast, we get in the car or on the train, or maybe just mosey yourself over to your home office, sit down, have lunch. We move through our day with a rhythm. You already have a rhythm in your day. Now we need to start to tweak it just a little bit. We're going to start to tweak your energetic plan just a little bit. So, number 1, water. So basic. So basic, I know. But listen, your body, your brain is made up of 80% water. You need to be a well-hydrated human. Added benefit, your skin is going to glow if you feed yourself more water. Watermelon. I mean, I can't tell you how much watermelon my household consumes in the summertime. But you know what? My skin has never looked better. Add beautiful, delicious things to your water. Maybe it's crystal light. Maybe it's electrolytes. Maybe it's just a few drips of rose water extract. Delicious. Number 1, water. Now, how do I hold myself accountable to my energetic plan? Just like any other plan, I write it down. So in my daily calendar, I have multiple calendars that I actually use to organize myself. One is for my household. One is in my Google Calendar with meetings that connect me with other people. And then I also have a paper calendar, one that I have where I can write down things to do each and every day. And each and every day, I have a W. And next to the W, I put a check mark. If I've drank the amount of water I want to drink the day. That's how I hold myself accountable to my energetic budget. Number 2, movement. Right next to that W is an M, and the M stands for movement. Now, this does not mean I need to go to the gym every day, but I need to move my body. I need to create rhythm in my body. So today, for example, I am going to see my personal trainer, which I'm really excited about. I hired a trainer in June. It was part of my clear vision declaration for what I'm creating for my life this summer and fall. And I'm going to see him. So I am going to get a lot of movement in. But I did know that I wanted to record this podcast today. So I did some sun salutations. I stretched out my back. I did a lot of shoulder rolls just to try to move my body so I can get that fluidity throughout my body so my mind will also be fluid and nimble in lockstep with what I wanted to create. Movement, large, small, medium, whatever works best for you, it's now a non-negotiable. So right after water and movement, I have an R. The R stands for rest. I am a well-rested woman. And this is what I mean by that. I have a bedtime timer set on my phone for, gasp, like 9:45. So early. I know. Oh my God. My 25-year-old self would be like, oh my God. Okay, old mom. But listen, getting those 8 hours of rest for me is vital to how I want to show up for my community, for my clients, for my family, and most importantly for myself. That's what keeps me lit. That's how I find my rhythm, is in rest. Then I wake up at 6 a.m. and I read or I write or I study. So in order to create that energetic level of expansion, it's a non-negotiable. All right, number 4, I have got a V. The V stands for vitamins. I recognize I don't get all of the nutrients my body needs to pop from my food. So I have a list of vitamins that I've curated with Eastern practices as well as Western practices and my doctor to help fulfill the needs of my body. And I suggest you do the same. I honestly sometimes forget my vitamins, as most people do. So that's why I need that reminder in my calendar every day. And it feels just delicious just to check it off when it's done. Super simple. That's how I hold myself accountable to my non-negotiables. All right. Number 5, meditation. Now, I'm not asking you to sit down and meditate, like I said, till the cows come home, or even for 15 minutes. Meditation can happen in a moment. It is a reset. Meditation can happen when you close your eyes and you take 4 deep, rich, cleansing breaths. This is really a moment to reset, to find your rhythm again. This morning, I did have the opportunity to sit down in my meditation space and meditate with some sage and do a little cleansing. But meditation for you could be sitting down for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. It could be going on a walk in nature, but I want you to tune out. I want you just to go within. And it's an opportunity not to think of anything, to be honest. It's kind of a cleansing for the brain. When you close your eyes for an extended period of time during the day and just sit in the silence, it is signaling to your subconscious that this moment and this environment is safe. It's safe to relax. It's safe just to be. And so it prompts a reset. And we need to do that throughout our day. Notice how some people just are on fire the entire day. And at the end of the day, they're exhausted, burnt out, overwhelmed, and they say things like, well, I just don't know where the day went. I didn't get anything done today. And I don't want that for you. So use this movement and meditation, our 2 M's, as a chance to reset and refocus. All right, number 6 on our list, food. Tony Jones says in What's Your Verse, guide me to foods that keep me lit in body, soul, and mind. What foods keep you lit? What foods feel good to eat? You know what? I'm not a huge fan of kale or salad or spinach. So I put spinach every single morning into a delicious smoothie. Protein powder, some MCT oil, a really large handful of spinach, and some fiber, and some almond milk. Boom, breakfast done. If you know anything about me, you know I really don't like to cook, so I try to make it as simple as possible. And I do add some fun flavors or things that, taste delicious in this morning smoothie, but I know spinach makes my body sing. So I got to get it in there. So spinach is a food that keeps my body lit. Flavored water keeps my body lit. And you know what else does? Gum. I love gum. I love ice cube gum. I keep at least 4 of them in my car at all times because it's delicious. I love to blow bubbles. I think it's super fun. It's like a fun, tiny little treat. So that's a food that keeps me lit in my body, soul, and mind. Gum. It could be as easy as that. So there's your 6 things: water, movement, rest, vitamins, meditation, and food. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, if you remember, I said there were 7. What is the 7th thing that you need to find your rhythm in your energy plan, in your energy budget? Here it is. You got a plan. It's a plan. It's one of those like sexy plans. We have got to plan for the future success of our body, of our mind, of our soul. That's how you create and manifest your future by design, is by planning it. And in fact, I have got a plan for you. I want to invite you to join me for what I'm calling the manifestation model. So in September, I'm going to be hosting a free masterclass. This isn't one of my 5-day-long masterclass. This is just going to be 3 days, September 13, 14, and 15. So in the manifestation model, we're going to really target on real life strategy. We're going to answer these questions. What do I want? What's the type of future you want to create? Who do I need to be to do that? And then finally, the real life strategy, how do I create it? Now, if you take everything that I just shared in this podcast episode about budgeting your energy and creating that energetic plan with those 7 easy peasy steps, you are already miles beyond. You have already taken the first step towards creating and manifesting your future. So boom, step 1 done. You can check that off your list. Step 2 is going to be for you to go and register for this free masterclass. And you can do that at bebrightlisa.com/manifest. So that's bebrightlisa.com/manifest. And I really want to encourage you to join me for this free masterclass September 13, 14, and 15. And let's create this future by design together. All right. I will see you then live in September, or I'll see you back here again next week. Bye for now. Thanks for joining me on this episode of Find Your Clear Vision. I'd love to hear from you. Maybe something we talked about sparked an idea, or maybe you are ready to start your journey. If so, you can find me on the contact page of my website, bebrightlisa.com, or on Instagram at bebrightlisa. If you're feeling extra luminous, please rate and review Find Your Clear Vision on Apple Podcasts. I read all of the reviews and so appreciate the 5 bright stars. Remember, you, my friend, are a dazzling light and your clear vision is so needed. Until next time, be bright, Lisa.